Welcome to GTLive, where today, oh my gosh, this happened 1 minute ago. The trailer, the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 official teaser trailer, has only 550 views on it, my friends. We are getting here and striking while the iron is hot. Today, tonight, night of release, we're going to be reacting to this teaser trailer, my friends. This teaser trailer, and we're going to be going frame by frame. We're going to be making theories. We're going to be analyzing the state of play. And we're going to be kind of crafting our first thoughts on this experience as a group, my friends. We got live chat ready to go. We got Sam ready to go. Yo! And Sam's going to be interjecting with all of your theories, your observations, your requests to go back, to look at things in more detail. We're doing this as a group, my friends. I will not keep this going any further.
Let's do it.
Without any further ado, my friends, let's hop, skip, and jump right into this thing. Let's do it. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 official teaser trailer. I can't even talk. I'm so normal. All right, poster. Here we go. So, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place. We have the original animatronics here. Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, Chica, Steel Cupcake in play. Get ready to rock. Looks like the glass here shattered in some way. Kind of obstructing some of this text. You can see it where the glass has been broken, though. So, you know, clearly an event has taken place. Some kind of damage has occurred. Anything else on this wall? I haven't even hit the play button yet.
First frames are very important to a video.
I know, but like, yeah, it is. It's giving us a very, you know, it's giving us this image. It's damage. It's withered.
It's another old location.
Yes, it's age. It's time passing. But I like it. It's also kind of like a starburst, though, right? You see the spikes coming out from behind here, but it's also kind of mimicked with, I should say the word, mimicked with this broken glass. So you kind of get this big popping effect that happens on this main four in the middle, which I think is really cool. So Mike, guitar, Foxy just vibing, honestly, and Chica with the cupcake. Okay. I'm going to have to pause this a good bit, though. I know that sometimes with teaser trailers like this will get claimed. So I will be pausing a good bit, right? Okay. Just to be sure.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Oh, ooh. Whoa. Okay. Oh my gosh, is it muted? Is it muted? Hold on.
Muted?
Hold on. Unmute. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Ooh! 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 Okay.
This looks like animated to me. I know we just looked at all the raw endoskeletons, but something about this looks animated.
Like, it almost looks too real.
Yeah.
Right? Well, the teeth happening here. Oh, man, you can really see. I mean, you kind of can't back here, but all the detail of the eye, it's glowing up. That looks great. I remember the eyes being like a big point of discussion last time with like the way that they glowed up and like, oh, it looks a little cartoonish. That looks good to me. Oh my gosh.
Welcome back. Are you ready to start the show?
Oh my gosh!
Count with me now. 5, 4.
Wakanda fix my friends.
They're out there, Mike.
2,
oh my gosh.
1.
Everywhere.
Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
They're in school.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I just want to watch this through so bad.
I know.
I'm so worried about getting it claimed, though.
I think we should be fine.
Oh, all right. Let's just do it. Oh my gosh.
This is crazy.
Whoa.
Showtime.
Woof. Holy smokes.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Quick teaser trailer. I feel teased and trailed.
Okay. Oh my gosh, just getting real. Whew. All right. Okay. Let's go through.
Somebody said John got claimed already.
He did?
I sure hope that's not true, John.
All right. If that's the case, I'll bring it down here and just like break it up. And then if you're here for the live, you saw that initial reaction.
Are you ready to start the show?
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Yeah, what do we see in this crowd of people?
I mean, look.
That
Carnival. Carnival?
Carnival.
Come on. Come on.
That girl's got Bonnie ears on.
Right? Like, I was talking about the cosplay happening before. We're seeing it here, too. You can even see the bee on this jacket right here. How awesome is that? If this is some kind of Fall Fest situation, does that say cotton candy on it? Yes, it does.
Correct.
Lots of bags of popcorn just sitting in the machine. Guess
Not
that's
sanitary.
easy. No, certainly not. So just be careful when you're reaching in there for your bag, my friends. Also, just saying, Bonnie's jacket with like the kind of cowboy aesthetic, that is so sick. I'm envious of that, honestly. Is that a cupcake pin or something? No, it looks pink. I don't think it's cupcake though. No, it looks like a...
Looks like a single character.
Yeah, a character with like that, right, but the name tag on it. It's kind of like when it's your birthday or your first time at Disney and they give you one of those pins where it's like, it's my first time at Disney.
Yep.
Yeah. One of those things. I just thought with the blur, especially here, it looked like pink and then the bottom of a cupcake. So I wasn't sure. But over here, like prize wheel. I mean, I would be surprised.
So apparently
did something like
people are getting claimed.
Okay.
So I think we can kind of just go like frame by frame through it or like skip around
All
rather
right.
than like play through it.
Cool. So, because I don't know how much of this is going to be edited after the fact, we are aware that there is some claiming happening with this trailer. So we're going to be going frame by frame, going, at our own pace, going through this and analyzing it that way. But what I can tell you right now from this scene, the sort of like fair carnival situation, we know from the Secret of the Mimic trailer, actually, that it seems like this carnival actually might have lasted further along than we thought. Or at the very least, some of the restaurants in the diner might have been established earlier than we thought, right? So I believe this movie also happens before FNAF 1. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if that was just a rumor that I saw. A movie rumor. But, I mean, I feel like with the way we've been talking about this franchise, starting off with, like, carnival fair aesthetic, that cannot be a coincidence, right? Like, that has to be tied to that in some way. And the fact that we're already pulling that into the movie universe, it's honestly kind of cool if we're getting more of those connections. And also seeing the original, our OG cast in this setting, right? That's so fun. It's not our diner characters per se, but our pizza place characters too. So we have Abby here now in this next scene, coming in on the bike. It's a cool shot too, very interesting, of going through the water, this reflective surface, and her entrance into the establishment kind of causing this rift, right? A disturbance to the force, so to speak. And in the first
disrupting
movie,
the industry.
she is an industry disruptor.
Real.
And it is kind of what we saw in the previous film, right? Where Abby was really the one to kind of take the drawings and, use it for good and change things. So she really did enter the scene with a splash. So that's it's a cool little storytelling shot there. But maybe this is her finding things. Not a whole lot from this.
This, I'm sure, is the follow-up to her note that she left on the door for Mike.
Yeah, my friends, right?
Going to fix my friends.
So maybe this is after. Maybe I was led astray previously. What is chat saying? Right? Because we see that Mike, shortly after this, finds a note. So we can only assume it's from Abby.
Yeah.
So this would have to be...
Yeah, it feels like it's
next.
just out of order.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Like she snuck out in the middle of the night to go back there.
Right? Or at least at like a dawn or dusk situation. See a little bit of the sun peeking through. Looks more dusky to me. Like starting off the night. Nope, don't want to play the music, but...
Yeah, it might be wise to just mute the video in general.
Right, but I do want to see these closed captions. Okay, count with me now. 5. Starting from 5 nights. Yep, gone to fix my friends. They're out there, Mike. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. That looks wild.
Looks really good.
Yeah. They're out there. Where? What's that? Does that say
Showtime?
Showtime? Okay. Hit the Showtime button.
We should have a Showtime button. That'd be pretty sick,
Got
right?
The Go Live button, just Showtime.
Yeah, and it's like when iCarly had random dancing. It like turns on all kind of crazy lights, and it just becomes Showtime for 30 seconds.
Yeah. And then all you see is Showtime in a circle around me.
Yep.
And I go, woo! Whole time. And then this. Some kind of, this does look like a school hall, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a instructor.
What do I know this guy from?
Sick tie, though. I mean, is this...
I can hear his voice in my head. He was some kind of antagonistic, like... Oh, is that Newman? No, not Newman. Why do I don't know. I know this guy. Somebody tell me who this guy is. I know that face.
Okay. Because I heard that a Henry Emily character got cast. I don't know if this is that person. Sam's cooking.
Is it Newman? From Seinfeld?
Whoa, wait a minute.
That's Newman, right?
Wayne Knight?
Surely.
It looks really similar.
That's a similar gentleman, if not. Newman from Seinfeld in the FNAF movie.
What's chat saying? This is a sick tie I have to call out. I would wear the heck out of this tie. That's so fun.
Chat is saying, this guy is not Henry Emily, but Henry is in the movie.
Yes.
Go to the IGN page. I think, you mean IMDb? I don't know that he would be on there already.
Right? When I checked earlier, there were only 4 characters set, but maybe they update it. Or maybe they will update it.
This isn't Henry, but it is a Newman. Okay.
Okay, so this is just someone at the school.
Teacher who dies.
Right? Or at least gets chomped on. This is scary. Ugh, is that Chica? Is that like the outline of a beak?
I think it is.
Oh yeah, you could see a little bit of that detailing. Ah! Oh, I mean, the yellow would surely confirm that. Oh! Yoinked in there. Okay. Is this presumably maybe Abby's school? Right? Like, you would assume this is all in the same area. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So going, oh my gosh. Woo! Nearly kicked the frame. Oh, I think he does. See the...
That's impressive.
Stuttering there. Oh, goodness gracious. I really wish we could see what's back here in more detail. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can go in and read that a little bit more clearly.
Good luck.
All right, thank you. I want to be really careful with this analysis so that we can talk about it and not get...
While you're analyzing, I have to say, yeah, I see you saying they're copywriting people, stop the stream. Guys, I promise we're okay. They don't like when you play videos in full, or when you listen to the music, or when you do this and that. We're just going frame by frame. We're just going through.
We will make it okay and do another analysis that will prevent any claiming if it does get claimed. And if it does, then you are here in the moment to experience this. And then you'll get a bonus one where we'll talk about it in even more depth. But I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for making sure that we're okay. Do you like this shot? I hope you do. Okay. I care about you all so very much. Thank you for being here. Okay. Yeah, it's really hard to make out, but it is definitely like classic bathroom hallway situation, which is fun because we were talking about earlier, Sam, the amount of egregious hall passes that we've had in our school experience.
That's true.
So I think that's very fun and cool, that unexpected callback, right?
Jason Blum knew we would have that conversation.
He was like, I cooked this for y'all.
Yep. And he recruited Newman to do it for us, too.
Huge. No, go back. All right. This is just so scary. I'm really excited. Just the blaring contrast of the blue with the orange. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, these toy animatronics look kind of sick.
Right? And like you even get that again here in a sense of like everything here is this blue, but Chica is this very bold yellow, right? So she's very striking compared to everything else you're really seeing here. There's some kind of character on this board. That was about as much as I could make out. I don't know if it's one of the mascots or one of the animatronics, but it'd be cool if that was like a little callback there. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Woo! Mangle. Oh my gosh, the amount of eyes happen. Ooh! Oh my gosh. About to cause a bite. Gee whiz. This is frightening. This is really, really frightening. I feel like we are going off the rails with this. With this one. Gee. Okay.
Yeah, the fact, I feel like it's crazy to me that they're going all in on this. Like, they're out roaming the streets.
Yeah. Like, it feels, you know, a little more elaborated on things like FNAF 6, right? Where it's like implied that to some degree the animatronics can move around outside these establishments, right?
Yeah.
Just because they have to get lulled in to when Henry's going to trap them all, right?
Mm-hmm. I know that was part of when they did the like AR mobile game. Part of the like logic with that was like I know Matt used to think it was like they're sending them out into people's houses or like around to like collect a remnant, which was always that game was always kind of wild, but
Right.
yeah, it's interesting that they're going with this.
Looks like a speed limit sign or something back here. Do you see that?
Yeah, might be like a school zone sign.
Right. This is weird. They're all just sitting in a school? Like, this feels more unusual to me.
They're breaking into your garage.
Oh, wow. I mean, okay. Let's think about this. Right? Because you know these animatronics have, you know, detection features, right? Where it's like, you know, they have a tendency to kind of go out and attack adults because of the recognition, or they recognize it's supposed to be like criminals, right? Like keeping things safe. So I don't know if maybe they're a lot. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Okay, let me go through this more. I'm having a lot of thoughts. They're going after Abby. That's weird. All right, this garage scene. And Sam, feel free, if chat has a consensus, throw it at me. If they have thoughts, references, throw it at me. This is a discussion.
Yeah.
Socratic seminar, as they say. All right. Going in, opening this garage. This seems like Freddy. Like brownish tint here. Back of the car. Let's see what's in this. Over here. Some kind of workbench, I think. The glare is making it very hard to make out. But I think that's what it is. Some of these structures here. General table, kind of feel here. This is crazy too. I don't know if this is like implied to be the same house where they're all going in.
Jackson Peckney asked, is that the Midnight Motorist car? Interesting question. It seems like a similar old school model, but other than that, I don't know that there's a huge similarity between the two. We'd have to see the color of it.
Right? And also just think about where we are in this timeline, right? And like the role that Garrett would play in that whole situation. Which complicates things. Because also it also depends like whose house is this?
Yeah.
Right? Because if it's more removed from Afton, then it makes it a little more confusing. But it's a good thought. It'd be an interesting poll to bring that in. Here. but I think that's worth keeping an eye on. It's interesting that FNAF now has these like divulging timelines, right? Where there's a movie timeline, there's like a Silver Eyes storyline, there's the games, there's how Tales might work into the games, the ambiguity of Fazbear Frights. So it's like, oh man, you could really, the fun thing with the movie, because it's still like, there's still so much unknowns, there's a lot that you can pull from these different formats and timelines of FNAF and see where they pop up, right? But, you know, there's also a world where, like, it could be a little less lore informed from what we already know and just could be, like, inspired from what we know. So it really could be inspired by Midnight Motorists. It absolutely could. It's just, I think it's worth keeping a more open mind when it comes to the movie because we've already seen so many things change with that timeline, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Bunny with a...
What is that?
It looks like a needle, right? Because you could see the little opening here where you might put thread through.
It doesn't look very sharp.
I know. It's also very... Is that a screwdriver? It's a screwdriver. That's a screwdriver.
Yeah. Okay.
110%. Phillips screwdriver. That's interesting. I pulled this from Parts and Services.
And go forward like 2 frames. Look at the eyes. Or backwards, I guess. They seem a lot redder.
Ooh.
Like more intense. That red light.
The, oh my gosh. Like the eyelid there. Yeah, you can see it's like, kind of.
Well, it's like backlit. There's like a red light in the eye socket, it looks like.
A little bit. Here. I'm trying to get a good shot of Bonnie.
There's the curtains one.
Right? I was trying to find that. Is that right after December? Here? Nope, that's Mike asking questions.
Here.
Oh, yeah, it flips. Because over here, this is like more white color, and you see the classic green eye. And then... Oh my gosh, everything moves so quickly. It's hard to keep track of it all. Come on. Buffer, show me! Show me what you've got.
You might have to do a quick play pause.
I fear we are now watching a 360p 360p trailer. Come on. All right, here, now I'll boost up the quality again. Good. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's Scary Town. Yeah, you could see it here in the eye as well. Interesting.
Can you bring your mic a little bit closer to you?
No. All right. Huh. What is happening here? I don't believe we know these characters. Am I wrong, chat?
Chat, who day?
I believe they're new. And I know we saw, if you look at the IMDb page, it seems to be a house. We've assumed it was the Afton house because William Afton, Matthew Lillard is standing on the staircase and Vanessa's down below. So, seems to be a different place, vintage couch. Very nostalgic. This picture is completely blurry. There's no making out what's in this frame.
People are saying this could be Henry.
I think that's plausible. Could you look up, what's his full name? Skeet? From Scream?
Yes, Skeet Ulrich.
Yes, Skeet Ulrich.
This does not appear to be him.
Okay, gotcha. I believe Skeet and Matthew Lillard were both in Scream together. So this is a very cool reunion. But, no, both of them in that house. No, that doesn't seem to be the same.
Mm-mm.
But these seem to be 2 different houses, right?
Yep.
2 different groups of people. So these animatronics are definitely traveling. It's just a question of like, what is the similarities with the targets, right? Because like, because the timeline seems to be a little bit strange here, right? Because like, Abby's gonna go and fix her friends, right? This could be like the taking the friends. Okay. This is a thing to think about. And this is what I was getting tripped up with, right? Because you have the original animatronics. Take those parts, toy animatronics. Then you go back, right? And then you have FNAF 1, and that happens in the game, right? So the toys are here, and they're clearly against, like, at least they're going after Mike, maybe Abby. I don't know if there's still a recognition of Abby, right? Like, something's wrong here. But I'm just trying to figure out who they might target along the way. Y'all with me, chat? Does that make sense? You follow my thought pattern there? Right?
No.
No.
Not exactly.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how everything fits in this new timeline. So bear with me.
Fits. What do you mean?
So just in terms of like animatronic development along the way, right? So where we are in this timeline with like these different franchises in the past, right? Because the toy animatronics look like they're in great shape.
Okay.
So they're in weird locations from what we've seen.
Sure.
Right? Like the school building, and then they're going to different houses and locations and families, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to pinpoint where the animatronics we saw from last time, where they're at, while the toy ones are still going around. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. I'm going through, I'm checking chat. Back here, this hallway is interesting as well. Ooh. I mean, gee whiz. Okay, this is a big section. I just wanted to check chat to see how we were feeling. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, is this an Afton moment, this segment, right?
Yeah, that's gotta be.
Right? Creepy in the background here. Vanessa with a gun. Balloon boy lighting up. This yellow hand holding knife, I mean, that feels very Springtrap coded to me.
Yeah.
Right? This is all in very quick succession, though. Coming down here. Is that a...
This feels like it could be inside the school, too.
Right?
This one.
There's like lockers.
Kind of looks like, yeah, like cubbies.
Pictures, drawings on the wall.
And he's got a camera with him. I don't know if he's doing like a midnight ghost tour type video.
We vlogging right now?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
he's literally
very
got
likely.
a camera with him.
Gee. Pulled up into the vents, maybe?
So Pineapple the Turtle says, the quality of the suit, this William Afton suit, suggests it's a flashback. We know there have to be flashbacks because we see William outside the suit, which makes sense.
Yeah.
At the end of the FNAF 1 movie, he gets spring-locked. So
right.
anytime we see him outside, there's got to be some kind of flashback.
So I think it makes sense that we're seeing the past and our present here.
Yes.
Right? Because, like, I think even some of this carnival stuff can confirm that too, right? Because we know that this is more so in the past, at least from what we've gathered with the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a creepy shot. The doors moving on their own. Okay, holding onto the knife. what seems to be, I can only imagine this is also a mangle situation.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling in
Agreed.
from the vents. And here. The windshield. They're violent this go around.
Yeah.
This is a very, like, violent action forward.
And this looks like Vanessa
Killer.
driving this car. Or at least a long blonde-haired woman.
Like, I'm looking in the mirror to try to see the reflection.
Mm-hmm.
I will say.
Say it.
No, I was gonna say, with the way that we have the lights right now, your your contributions about what happens in the perimeter is very helpful.
Cool.
Because the glare is pronounced at this current moment. This is an interesting shot too. Is this like same clothes from when we see them previously huddled up?
I have a stupid question.
Yeah.
Is that Elizabeth Lale? Is that her?
Yeah.
That doesn't look like her for some reason.
From hit series You,
Yeah.
season 1. Yeah.
And Five Nights at Freddy's, the first movie.
Yes. It's her.
Okay. It looks different to me. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Look at the earlier scene when her and Mike are talking outside?
Yeah. Here, this is 35.
Like, that I see. That is definitely her.
This is the same person.
Okay.
That's the same person.
Okay. Chat, am I smoking crack? Yes, I am. Okay. Fair enough. A little, yeah. Okay.
All right. This is interesting because it does seem to be the same. It's the same clothing. It's the same scene from where we see them all huddled up, presumably looking at the door that Mangle is just pushing through here, right? I don't know why they got Abby out front. It's like, well, you'll go first.
It's
okay.
interesting. The eye lines are interesting. So Mike and Vanessa are looking up. Abby seems to be looking straight ahead, which does to me kind of confirm that this is Mangle with the two different heads.
Yeah.
It looks like they're very clearly looking at different heads.
Right? The expressions are also, they feel a little bit different to me. I don't know if this is all. What do I mean by that? I don't know. So for me, it feels like can't tell if this is slight recognition on Abby's part, where it just seems to be like more fear I'm getting up here, and there's more of an emotional response happening from Abby. So, Blumhouse, ... All right, moving forward. Ugh, I really wish we could hear it. Show.
Time.
All right, so this character, I believe, also recently got announced. This actress was like a supporting character.
That's not her?
No, this isn't Vanessa. I think this is a different character. This is a different actress.
Okay, now I'm losing my mind. Now I'm losing my mind.
This is for sure a different actress.
Is this the same girl? No, it's not. Okay, what? I'm gonna stop. I'm going crazy.
Okay.
So you're saying that this is a different character than Vanessa?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And we found that out through a news.
She's in Young Sheldon. Somebody said in chat. Okay, good to know.
Young Sheldon is actually in FNAF 2, guys.
That's
Just
pretty
saying.
sick.
Just saying. All right. So, and looking up too, right? And you can kind of see in this reflection here, the shadows. I don't know if that's like, could be like the kind of grating on like a vent, like a cover, right? And there's light like shining through that. It could also just be like window blinds from like these lines down here. But it's kind of interesting the way that the shadows are cast on the ground, right? Where you have one going this way, one going the other way. Just a little bit unusual. And screaming up, right? The things coming down from above. I wonder if this is going to be a very vent heavy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because You also have what I assume again to be Mangle with the car and like coming in through the windshield from above. Interesting.
Sushi Owl says she may be with the person who had the camera from before that got vent killed by Mangle.
Oh, like they were there together?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me go back to that scene. Ooh. All right, here. The lighting certainly looks similar. Like if they were both in for a project of some sort.
Right. All the school shots have this very, very green-blue grade on them.
It's like, it's definitely at night. Ha! But yeah, it's like, why are these people here? You know? Because this feels like the camera and the filming thing, that feels like staying after when you really shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But this feels like someone who, like this character, who seems to be more like staff, should be in this space. And, okay, going into this hallway, I want to see if there's any signage next to the door, right? No, is that just a number, I think? I would just assume that, like, someone who works there or is there frequently would have a knowledge of what is happening around. And so Chica probably just wasn't hanging around in there for an extended period of time, right?
It could also be that, like, these kids' spirits are trying to go back to places that they know. And so one of them goes back to school.
One of them goes back home.
Yeah. Like, they're trying to return. Like, those could be parents of whatever kid this is.
Right. And Balloon Boy, who was weirdly prevalent in the first movie. Back here again. Is this like the classic FNAF 2 kind of thing? Because you see a vent here. Again, monitor back here. Is this the first or the second? Sorry, I'm trying to monitor chat because a lot is coming in here.
Yeah.
Throw anything at me as they come in.
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of theory talk happening, and I just don't want it to get lost. Because I think it's fun if it's more of a conversation. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Some of these notes back here too. Balloon Boy's got bright eyes. Oh my gosh. Those are like car LEDs. You are getting blinded if that thing is behind you. Let me say that right now. This is all very, very strange.
Oh, somebody asked a good question.
Yes.
Based on this new teaser trailer that we're seeing, which of the leaked script pages do we happen to think might make the most sense?
Ooh. Here, pull me full screen for a second. Let me pull them up. All right. Ugh, I don't have Twitter logged in on here.
That's probably for the best.
Okay, here. Cool. So I have the leaked pages pulled up. We can look at them as a crew. So 2, 3, 4. Great. All right, she looks up at Toy Chica confused, and Toy Chica slowly puts her hand on Abby's head. Interior, original Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria storage room. Same time, Vanessa watches the monitor through pained breaths. On the screen, Toy Chica's hand strokes Abby's head, and Toy Chica's head turns slowly to look back at the camera at Vanessa. Vanessa's is squeezed tighter. She cries out in pain. Okay. Please, just don't hurt her. The grip loosens, and Vanessa watches Toy Chica look back at the computer. 4AD, 7X, and then into the office at the same time. Toy Chica's relaying the code. Abby enters and looks back up. What now? Hit enter. Abby's finger dangles above the enter key. She looks up at the animatronic for approval. Toy Chica nods, and Abby presses. Click. Toy Chica's eyes light up. You did it. We're free. Okay. Back here. This is a second. General Everly versus Captain Nelson. I never liked this project from the get-go. What the heck kind of idea was it for the U.S. Army to get in bed with a pizza place? Nelson says, Fazbear Entertainment is more than just a pizza place, sir. Everly waving a hand. Yeah, they're a circus. That's what they are. I still can't believe the government funded the company. Circus.
Yeah.
The men and women at the table exchange glances. They're obviously a little surprised to hear their commanding officer expressing so many objections to their project. Whoever heard of testing government-financed tech on robots designed to entertain kids? Shaking his head. You ask me. Drummond let his sentimentality get the best of him just because his kid liked those robot animals. Fazbear Entertainment's animatronic tech was way ahead of any robots that ... Everly snaps forward. He picks up the report and slaps it back down again. But we're not talking robotics now, are we? Thumping at the report. This here says nothing about robotics. It's all about vortices and wave functions, and General opens his report. He flips pages and frowns at the one he lands on. Observable effects of unobservable energy exchanges. Lifting his gaze. More. So his text will continue. Okay, that's a wildly different one, but okay.
What's the title of the report on the bottom? Observable effects of unobservable energy
exchanges.
Interesting. Sounds like a very scientific name for what happens with the suits for like Remnant and all of that.
It's like, would more people know about that than just Willie, eh? It'd be an interesting report to have. Why would somebody write something? This is the third one. Mike says, why would somebody write something like that for little kids? Abby, you remember how the little boy in it has all these plushies he loves, but then he gets sick with one of those diseases kids don't get much anymore. Mike says, yeah, he gets scarlet fever. Abby says, yeah, he's so sick he might die, and he's contagious, and so is everything he's touched. So they have to burn all his plushies because they're dangerous. Mike with a look of understanding. Yeah, I remember the story. What are you saying, Abs? Abby, I'm saying these plushies are dangerous. Somebody should burn them. Interior, exterior, Mike's car. Night. Mike is parked at a gas station. He takes out his phone and dials Vanessa. Vanessa says, hello? Mike says, are you working tonight? Vanessa says, no, Mike says, and I'll be over in half an hour. Wear dark clothing? We've got a job to do. Mike hangs up and gets out of the car. He is dressed entirely in black. Okay. All right. Interior, abandoned Freddy's Pizzeria and Theater, dining room continuous. The man and the kids step into a large dining room. Dust-shrouded tables and chairs crowd the room, encircling a motionless carousel sitting in a hulking shadow. The man leads the kids up to the carousel. He steps up onto it, helping Gemma up after him. Darren looks bemused, but he hops up as well. This is, oh my gosh. Corey, you're new! Hard to read from a distance. The man reaches for big red button. Slaps the button. Okay. The carousel buzzes, lights up, starts a turn. Tinny music plays. Gemma claps her hands, eyes sparkling. She looks at the carousel's animals. The carousel's animals, a brown bear, a blue bunny, a yellow chick, a pirate fox, a gator, a wolf, and a hippo, are all brightly colored. They're cartoonish, over the top. A bunny! Darren, making a scoffing gesture at the blue bunny. This is fake. Gemma, pouting, I want the bunny, Daddy. Man, we're not here for a ride, sweetie. The man takes Gemma's hands. He leads her to the center of the carousel. Darren follows. A doorway is set into the hub of the carousel. The man opens it. Beyond the door, a circular staircase descends into darkness. Man continued, I'll go first. Hang on to the railing, stay close. The man starts down the staircase. He checks to be sure his kids are following. They are. Okay. Interesting. So this one really struck me, right? With the whole, like, get in the car, wear all black. We have a thing to do, right? So I want you to see, I want to see, Sam, if you have a better view of this particular car shot.
Sure. As
I do, right? Because when I saw it first, oh my gosh.
It's later.
And where are you? And I'm so sorry. No, it's not. It's in one of these weird, it's in one of these montages. It's after the school.
Here, I can find it off screen.
Yeah, that'd be great. Where are you? So anyway, in this car segment, it kind of looked like the driver was in darker clothing. And I couldn't I couldn't tell if there was just like
34 seconds.
34. Okay, so it is in one of these. All right. I wanted to cross compare with this one scene because I was like, oh, well, if they're in darker clothing, that could be like the lead up to one of those scenes, right? I don't know if we've seen much about the plushies, right? But like, to me, this looks like a hoodie situation. In the car
Yeah.
for driving, right?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of see the blonde wisps of hair in the mirror, but originally I thought this was a hoodie. So I think that's a possibility, and that lead up could be going into that. I'm interested in the carousel.
I mean, at
situation.
32 seconds, the shot of Vanessa with the gun.
Shot at 32 seconds, Vanessa with the gun.
She's in a black hoodie. She's not wearing all black, but
If it would load. I mean, it looks like dark clothing to me from the buffer screen, right?
yeah,
So
it's a black hoodie.
yeah, it could be related to that. So I would take a closer look at that page and see if that would be connected to that in some way. I'm interested in this scene in particular, the carousel with, with our originals, a gator, a wolf, and a hippo, especially with all this freaking talk about Monty and those images that got released, potentially Secret of the Mimic, where we saw this kind of like older style alligator with a hippo. Bah. So that could also just be another way that it's like, here, let me seed out some lore and connections for you to make as you analyze more of the content coming out here. But I'm interested in this page in particular.
I
just
think
based on what we saw teased previously.
the shot at 38 seconds as well towards the end, which is the like random blonde girl on, like you pointed out, as like the graded kind of floor
Yeah.
in this weird like pattern. This feels like it could be like it seems carousel-esque. Like this feels like it could be she's in the center of that carousel. Like the way those panels behind her
Oh,
are
right,
arranged.
because it's in that weird shape.
Yes, it feels like it's going to like continue around as a circle. There's no
Right.
things on it, obviously. We don't see any of the animals, but
But it is a weird shape.
it is. And it says the door is in like the center of the carousel. Now, I don't think she's the girl in the script page because she's too old, but they could be revisiting it. It could be the carousel from the flashback of the circus that they're, had in storage or whatever.
Right. Carousel sitting in a hulking shadow. Huh. Let me go back
People
to
are
the
very
carnival.
adamant that we look at 22 seconds.
22 seconds. Let's go.
I think this is just, I actually don't know what it is.
All right, let's see. I like the chat choose your own adventure thing. Tell us what to look at more and we'll do it. If it loads, of course. 22, 23 seconds is what we are all saying. We are all pogging so hard right now, says Blocky. All right.
I'm looking at it on the second monitor, and that is a fade to black for 22 through 23. Or it's either that or it's this shot you're looking at with Mike pressing the button.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The
Mr.
red button from the scripts.
Yeah.
All right. Red button. Remember, just for the big red button slaps the button. Carousel buzzes. Tinny music plays. Oh my gosh, if it would load.
That's interesting.
The
And
Showtime button?
It looks like an old person's hand. Doesn't look like Mike's hand.
But it's someone who might know the establishment.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Who could that be?
This could be the scene from that page. He's not necessarily slapping the button, just like you guys should slap the follow and the subscribe buttons.
God.
I hadn't done one yet.
Gosh.
I needed to work one in there.
Oh,
Guys,
wow.
make like maybe Henry Emily in this scene and slap the follow and subscribe button. Okay.
How wild would that be if Henry Emily was referred to as man in the script?
Man who slaps.
I am the one who slaps. Oh, that would be interesting.
Whoa.
Well,
Shout out to Pablo Raul Pereira, gifted 50 memberships on GTLive.
whoa,
on
thank
YouTube.
you.
Thank
Holy
you, Pablo.
moly.
Gonna
Holy,
slap
thank
a big
you.
thank you to Pablo.
Yeah, consider this slapping of the button for you, my friend. Ready? No, ignore that. Ignore that. I'm so sorry. All right, let this slapping of the button be for you, my friend. Okay, well, here. Let this slapping of the button be for you, my friend.
The spirit is there.
Yeah,
The spirit
we
is
have the
there.
right spirit. I literally did not even press. I did not even press the arrow key. I was pressing my little greater than sign. Oh, so
Somebody
sad.
else in chat said that could be Henry and the little girl is Charlotte. Or Charlie, I'm sorry. The little girl is Charlie. I mean, she has a name in the script as something else.
Could be a misdirect.
It
You could
could be.
easily change a name, right?
Gemma is
And
Severance.
Charlie's a gem of a character.
Oh, I was going Severance. That's Mark's wife's name, Gemma.
Yeah. And so her origins are actually here.
Yep, this is Cold Harbor.
And the
Five Nights
man
at Freddy's
is
2.
Lumen. That would be interesting, isn't it? Also, because we've been talking about this idea of like flashbacks or like the past and, you know, what is now, right? So I could definitely see, you know, a carousel situation where you can go into the past and maybe it's more, you know, lighthearted and fun. And then it's here and it's like kind of like reanimated coming back to life and it's a little bit slow. Or, you know, someone gets yoinked potentially, right? So I could see both of those things happening, which is kind of fun and cool, right? Huh. All right. What other timestamps are sticking out to us, y'all?
Yeah, you guys got any other timestamps that are worth pointing out? We got Newman. We saw Chica absolutely devour Newman in this school.
Right?
This
It's
is,
very... Oh, you go.
I was going to say that scene a couple of frames before with the three of them was the one we were saying is the prequel or the same shot to the one at the end of the trailer.
Yes, where the clothes are the same. They're either backing up into their house. Okay, with the thing before, right? Of like, oh, well, maybe these animatronics are going to places that they know or they were programmed to know, right? Because like they're programmed. It doesn't mean they're necessarily like possessed, right? So it's like a question of why would Mangle specifically be here is still up in the air, right? So I like the idea.
I mean, they're editing this together to insinuate that we see Mangle break through the window, then we see the shot of the three of them back away.
Yes, I'm not saying that Mangle isn't here. I'm just asking the question of like, why or what that motive would be, right? Compared
Sure.
to like what we see elsewhere of potentially the animatronic being in like a different house and the idea of the school, right?
Sure. Why would any of the characters pick their house?
Right. And that shot of Balloon Boy is so... This is really sticking with me.
Him like leveling on, turning on.
Yeah, like, why here? Why in this? It feels like the office setting, right? With the checkerboard and the vent here. It's like this oddly enough, this is the one that feels out of place when this feels the most aligned with like a location that we're familiar with. It's so interesting. Okay. And then these animatronics, these endos, either scrapped or just like ousted from the animatronic and then going back to like fix the friends, right?
This feels
Some kind
like
of removal.
the second head. I thought this was the other head attached to Mangle.
Oh, and this is part of Mangle? I could see that with this being blurry in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Some people are asking for the 30-second mark.
Oh, man. Okay.
The garage or the trio?
Five more memberships from Pablo. Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
All right. What did we say was over here? What are we thirsty for?
The garage.
The garage. All right. This is in the buffer zone pretty hard, but I will try to get to the garage. Opening this part up. I do think this is some kind of like workbench over here. Car open over there.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy's feet, I can't tell if that's spring. It's like a brownish yellow color, but hard to make out. It's even harder to make out when it's buffering and blurry.
Yeah.
And I can't see what's going on.
You could probably let it roll for like 2 seconds so that it unbuffers.
But what if, concept, it didn't?
Okay. Then I would just refresh it.
All right, let's see here. Oh, nope. Okay. Great. Epic. Bah, booyah.
Cool.
Look at that. No,
There
this is definitely toy.
There were some requests to throw this into Photoshop and brighten it.
Ooh, okay.
If we could pull one of those.
Yeah. All right. Here, pull me full cam. Sometimes we have to log back into Photoshop because it likes to log us out. So I just do that for full privacy and everything. What do we think about this, y'all? To me, this feels much more like action, horror, like killer animatronic forward than I think the last movie felt to me, or at least in the lead up to it, right? Where it very much felt like Afton was the big bad, and this one, the animatronics, definitely feel more like the actual fear factor and threat here. But I'm interested to see where they take it, because I feel like in a lot of the reviews and things I saw about the movie from people outside of, like, you know, our fun little FNAF community, right? It was a lot of like, oh, it harps on a lot of like these storytelling elements, and like I didn't find it extremely scary. There was a lot of like this and that, and structurally I was very confused. So I don't know if in this second film they're focusing more on the scares and the horror and like the thrill of it all, or if they're going to balance it more and like connect more of these dots from the first movie, right? So we'll see. I'm interested very much so in the development of like the family dynamic with Mike and Abby, because that was so, you know, it was played with so heavily in the first movie. But let's see here. Pulling the exposure up. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. All right. I would wager this is just like a white car, a cool car.
Mm-hmm.
More on the white, lighter side. All right, we definitely have this workbench happening here. Tools up and down. A little bit blocky. Let me see if I can just do brightness instead. It might just be exposure. Here. Does that help? Let me play around.
Yeah, I would agree with people in the chat who are thinking that that's Freddy out there.
Yes, this is absolutely Toy Freddy.
Mm-hmm. The other interesting thing that's jumping out at me already is on the workbench, there's that thing. I don't know if it's like a weed whacker or the thing that kind of looks like a spinal column. Feels like it might be endoskeleton related, if anything, or it's a gardening tool.
Right? It would beg the question of why would that just be hanging from the side of a garage? Also, again, just depending on where we're at, right? But I think that's possible. It could be that way. These shapes back here are a little puzzling to me. What's going on back here? This just abstracts it more, but at least gives us a better outline, right? Just these weird little mounds. Even one up here as well. I'm not sure. Like, it could be different, like, animatronic parts, endo, maybe some, like, parts of, you know, heads or costumes here. But it's hard to say with it being this dark, but I do find that interesting.
Yeah.
Because that would also gives additional context as to why this animatronic might be breaking into this specific space.
Charlie Tiberius in the chat says, I'm thinking it's Henry's work area, which could be.
Yeah. I mean, especially if these are like heads or like parts of these animatronics, right? That's why I was really taking a hard look before saying anything about it, just because I find these specific mounds to be unusual. Like, this also could be completely artifact and coincidence, but little hat, brows, little boop, nose right here. Just could be like a head on its, or like the front, just laying down flat here. But hard to say, right? It'd be interesting though, going to Henry's house for it. I guess that would make sense. Here, let's see. Are there any other places that we see more of the living environments or spaces that we could brighten up? I mean, it seems like Toy Bonnie is definitely in this house. That's consistent.
Do you want to pause and go like jump around with the arrow keys? Just for copyright stuff. I think we should grab the one of William in the hallway.
On IMDb? Oh,
No,
this one. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Woo. All right, let's do it.
How many, sorry, go back a couple of frames. How many doors open and close here?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then,
Wondering if it's like one per kid.
right, you can't really see this one move back here. But these front 4 definitely do.
Mm-hmm. A lot of doors in this hallway, too. This guy's got doors on doors in his house.
It'd be cool if they were all closets. Sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Right here. Let me pull this in. No! Go away, not you. Boop. Yes. Cancel. Bonk. Cool. This one up. Ooh. Trying to see the pictures too. We see like a little bit of a checkerboard thing going on here. Trying to make sure that's not just like an artifacting thing though. Very cool if that was like a pizzeria shot. Hello? All right, let's see. The stance is very funny to me. But yeah, what is going on back here? Like, light fixture from the ceiling. Feels almost medical.
People are saying it reminds them of the plush trap hallway.
Huh. Now we're talking. Here, let me see if I can get more detail from that back. Here, pull me full screen for a sec. Just pull it for reference. Might just be trying to find something legit. Okay, cool. That's interesting. Yeah, because there'd be additional doors in the back here, but you do see the 4, right? And then, ooh, how similar is the wallpaper too? Wait, go back to Photoshop real quick. Okay, not really seeing much from the wallpaper itself, but the doors seem consistent up here, at least with the 4 that are moving, right? And these are static. Huh.
Interesting.
That's a cool callback. That's really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Fun little Easter eggs like that, right? I hate that I'm still like, but what are the pictures on the wall of? But I am. Even with the artifacting, this does feel checkerboard to me, right? So we can say that we are in the house. But this one, what is going on here? Completely glared out. But I just feel more drawn to the walls because we knew that drawings were important in the last movie. So it's like, I don't think it's out of the question that they might hide more things on the walls or, in additional drawings, pictures, images, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? So I'm paying close attention to what's happening here. But yeah, I don't think Willier is our biggest threat in this. But then again, in the game FNAF 2, he wasn't really the big threat there either. So that part's at least consistent. All right.
Some people are saying that there's in this December frame at the end of the trailer, there's a dim message that says bird's chest, meaning that there's something in Chica's chest. This one I will admit a level of skepticism to because I don't really know what
are we saying
means.
are we saying that it's in frame here or oh my gosh. I feel like we've been so locked in on like seconds 30 to 35 that all this stuff has just not gotten all that much attention. But like Toy Freddy here, just like free roaming around, right? Ugh, creepy. And also all these cool costumes in the back. Everyone's got these like wigs for their characters.
Yeah.
So the blue wig and then there's the yellow wig for Chica and the cupcake there. Another Chica costume back here. Let's eat.
With how FNAF's or like Freddy's specific all these costumes are, it makes it seem like whatever event this is like a Freddy's event.
Oh, 110%. 110%.
The other one, not the one at the end? What other one?
This dude is a legend. Just staring at Toy Freddy confused with these giant Bonnie ears. Absolute legend. Oh man, there's so much that could be hiding in this background too. It's just like a street fair too, another street sign. Don't know why street signs have popped up so much. Because we have the speed limit sign randomly in the background of that one shot as well. So it's like, huh, that's interesting. And then the car, the other car too. We're driving with this one. I don't know. I think connecting the Midnight Motorist might not be entirely out of the question.
People are saying it's the December at the beginning of the trailer.
The beginning December. All right, so after we see the part of Mangle, I think that's what this is. This December. Here, let me get rid of captions for this. Are we saying it's just like in this full shot, or is it one frame specifically?
I read everything that I know.
Okay. Let
Anybody
me know,
with
chat.
more detail about this alleged secret message?
Because I could just start taking frames and going for it.
Brighten it?
I have no fear.
Okay. Let's see. Light it up. Okay. Let's see.
All right, let's cancel this. Boink. All right. Filter, camera, raw filter. Go up here. All right. It could just be in a specific frame.
Any go frame by frame on full brightness? That's not how it works, unfortunately. We would need to literally screenshot every single frame and then do that. Does anybody have a specific frame or a specific timestamp?
God, to fix my friends.
I did see people saying that the like Freddy themed event that we're seeing with all these people dressing up could be the launch of one of the new restaurants. Could be the opening of a new restaurant, which I thought was a pretty cool idea.
Huh. Interesting. Launching a brand new location? Street Carnival? I mean, I guess it would have to be somewhat current.
Because
right?
that like marquee in the back right from the picture of Freddy has the same kind of like visual style as the like first pizzeria had.
Right. If I could view it again, I would look in closer detail.
Yeah.
This boy is on the struggle bus. Let me dip quality and see if that helps out. Ooh.
Why are you still streaming? Bro, there's more lore to find, brother.
Welcome to GTLive. We just go. We want to look at every nook and cranny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What was the timestamp for this? It's only giving me title. Ah. Oh my gosh. One day, y'all. Ah, my gosh, there it was. Okay. What a fun little launch party idea. Street Carnival block party? Here. You're talking back here?
Yeah. That has the same like teal, green, and orange color scheme.
Mm-hmm. Here, try to pull this up in the... Yeah, that could be interesting. The fan community is what really gets me here. The profound fan base. Is that a little Foxy? Got a thing back here? See the Foxy ears with the eye patch, which is really fun. What? Yeah. What event is this? Is it a launch? And the toys are like new? Because they look pretty pristine here, I must admit.
Yeah, he looks brand new.
Right. But like freshly made and whoop, they're going all over the place. That'd be wild. Wreaking havoc. Everyone's like, where are we seeing the bird's chest thing? That is the question.
I think we may have been trolled with that one.
Okay.
But that's okay.
So here's the thing, chat. I feel like as much as we could have analyzed this without playing it properly, we have done. But if there are any final places you want us to take a look at, we can. And I think if Universal or Blumhouse is like, strike this, then Sam and I will come back in and we will do a refined breakdown and analysis and an additional comb through and see what else we can find, right? Like we could bring in some additional resources. I could see if I could find any additional book references or Easter eggs from the game, and go a little bit deeper. But when it's live and I can't edit out me just like playing and going through, it's a little bit harder to lock that in. So,
I think we did a very thorough analysis here.
Yeah, I would say from this is giving me more like Easter eggs and nods to the games. And it's more focused. It feels more focused, or that they're harping on like the action and the threat and the danger a little bit more. So I could see this being a more like faster paced film based on that alone, or like the shots that they're showing us, where it feels less like, oh, we're being introduced to the world of Five Nights at Freddy's and, you know, the pizzeria and getting in that atmosphere, which the first teasers for the first movie were like very focused on. This just feels like, all right, we're in it now, and just like thrill, horror, danger, and going in on that angle. That's more what I'm getting through this with, like, I think that the plush trap hallway thing is such a cool call out. I think that's awesome. And like, we'll take a closer look, keep an eye out for additional material, pay close attention to things on the walls, any visual parallels that we see, and any indication or hint that we can gather from like these teased out script pages and see like, oh, are there any connections here? What is emerging in the movie the same time that we're seeing patterns and motifs appear in the games or Secret of the Mimic, and how that's being teased out as well. But yeah, I'd say if there is one more place that y'all want us to check out, let us know. But otherwise, I think we've covered literally as much as we can with the constraints of being live. I don't know if we've done a live theory reaction before. Like, completely unedited, very thinky, very buffery as well. So not the most ideal tech-wise for it, but still, I think that we got some good initial reactions here and a good pulse on what's happening.
Agreed.
All right, I'm seeing a lot of check the puddle. Is the man at the end of the corridor Afton? That's what we're thinking, yes. Cupcake in the end is my new favorite thing. We do love the cupcake at the end. Very cute. I would agree. Oh, in the puddle, you can see the new Fazbear sign is new, I'm seeing. So that's this, right? If it would buffer. Because the first sign we saw was in rough shape, I will say. So if they're doing like a reopening new location and then Abby coming in and like disrupting that,
yeah,
that could be a cool, and then that would connect to the end, and they're just doing like a launch party. Maybe there's a costume contest. That might be why some of the dress up is happening there too. But again, like going in on the more like carnival party fair sort of aesthetic. It's an interesting choice to make. I can vibe with that.
Yeah, I mean, the new sign has the toys on it.
Yeah.
And there's no Foxy, which is interesting.
Right.
But that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I can gather from the blurs, the blurs that we see here, but yeah, I think that's fair and reasonable that this location with the toys is new. Abby's going in, maybe doesn't fully understand that there is something new happening here, going to go fix a friend's, encounters something completely different happening. These toy animatronics emerge. They kind of free roam, go out, and cause some chaos, so to speak. And maybe this free roaming thing goes a little bit wrong, right? And so we might see Henry come on in, maybe have some technological expertise, or try to figure out or deduce what's happening because of something he might have programmed in those animatronics. This is just pure blown theorizing based on what happened in the games and the lead up to FNAF 2 in that. That's what I was trying to say earlier when I was blah, blah, blah all over myself. Like, what was the lead up? If this is opening a new location, that would make sense. Because otherwise, where would the FNAF 2 location be otherwise? And how would we get from the first round of animatronics to the toys? That's what I was trying to articulate before, and now we have the answer to that question. So, yippee-ki-yay, it works. But yes, okay. I think that's a solid, we have a through line here. We have a through line here. We think that we are opening up this location. The toys are new. Abby's aware something is wrong, is going to go fix her friends. Chaos. They're opening this new location, but something's very wrong. Free roam, going wild. And then we're seeing potentially from the past in the present with Afton coming in and out. The hallway could be a flash from the past. That was an awesome thing that we talked about a little bit. And yeah, but we know that we see at least Springtrap because we see the yellow hand grab onto the knife. And we know that Afton got spring locked at the end of the first movie. So there's going to be a little bit of that back and forth, right? Could be fun. I don't know. That shot of freaking Balloon Boy, I can't get out of my head, man. So I'll be thinking about that a good bit too. But I think that's our official prediction theory about what awaits us ahead in FNAF 2. Again, if something happens to this live stream, congrats, you were here. Sam and I will work and get you an updated one where we go in and go even further in this theory with an additional analysis of this teaser. But for right now, I think we have what we could get. So thank you all so much. Thank you to YouTube and the amount that it is probably hustling to get this going. How many views does this have at this point? 4,943. Pretty darn good. Whoa! We got 3,000 likes. Here, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. We commented 14th at the beginning because I got excited that we were there. And got 3,000 likes. How awesome. Woo! Oh my gosh. Y'all came in. That's so funny. Hi from Twitch. Hello from YouTube. Oh man, this was awesome, y'all. This is so awesome. Okay. I was going to say I'm going to have to talk to Tom about my findings, but I think I'm going to have to talk to Lee about my findings as well. Maybe we'll have just like a little seminar discussion about what we've found here today and go in a little bit further. So again, don't fret if something happens to this live stream. We'll figure it out. Heavy content week here on GTLive, let me tell you that much. 2 shorts, 2 live streams, an April Fool's video, and more to come. By the way, Friday's live stream is going to be a little bit earlier in the day, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be a little bit longer. But don't get here at 7 p.m. Eastern. Get here earlier than that. We will have more details to come. Thank you all so much. Thank you for bearing with us with all these technical issues, all the back and forth, the discussion, the thoughts, the theorizing in real time, and how absolutely sick was it that I could do it with you and all of you could contribute and we could do this theory craft together. That is so freakishly GTLive, and I love to see it. Hey, thank you all so much. Sam, thank you as well for monitoring chat and being also my safety net for the things that I could not see due to glare in the studio. And thank you again. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, this sure was a live stream. And there was also a pre-show to this as well. But it was a live stream for you. See ya.